Hello everyone, my name is Franz and I will be discussing Lesson 6, The Philippines, 7,100 Islands, One Common Voice. The Philippines, being a vast archipelago consisting of more than 7,000 islands, is a nation with many different musical cultures and styles. Each region has its own particular array of songs, traditions, chants, nuances, musical attitudes, instruments, artists, and compositions. Sadly, we are not very aware of this vast and colorful collection of musical material, for we rarely even see or hear them being performed in media like TV, radio, or social media and live performances. What we hear on the radio is mostly commercial pop music, which is not that bad. But we, as citizens of this nation, are being deprived of the opportunity to listen to alternative music that is representative of our native heritage and national identity as Filipinos. This lesson aims to help the students be aware and appreciate a few musical idioms that we can call our very own. Musical idioms of the Philippines. In this section, we will take a brief look at some notable music traditions and idioms found in our country. Let's start from the indigenous music of northern Philippines. In the northern part of Luzon Island, there are two notable music traditions. One, that of the Negritos, and two, that of the peoples that inhabit the Cordillera mountain range. Music is primarily used as a part of the Negrito ceremonies and rituals, such as marriage rituals, healing the sick, burial rites, and memorials for the dead. Singing is usually accompanied by dancing and by musical instruments such as the bansi, a type of flute, the kujapi, a two-string guitar-like instrument, and the kimbal, a conical drum. In the Cordillera mountain range of Luzon, flat gongs are called gangsa. These are principally used in indigenous music. These gongs are usually made from brass or bronze. These are used in occasions such as life cycle celebrations, peace pacts, and weddings, to name a few. To proceed, gongs are considered to be highly valuable, prestigious instruments, and they may be offered as dowry for marriage, exchanged or sold for animals, farmland, or other necessary commodities. Gongs may be played in two ways. Either topaya, meaning struck by hand, or palook or palok, meaning to be struck with sticks. Beside gongs, there are other musical instruments which are usually made out of wood and bamboo. Some examples of these are bamboo percussion tubes, or kalinga tongatong, bamboo buzzer, or kalinga balingbing, ifugaw bongkaka, or ibaloy pakong, bamboo nose flute, or bonto kaleleng, bamboo tube zither, or isneg kuritaw, and the three-stringed fiddle, or ilongot kulibaw, or litlit. Alright, so after the north, we should now proceed to the native music of southern Philippines. In the southern part of the Philippines, there are music traditions both from indigenous peoples and from a Muslim-influenced culture. Gongs and gong ensembles. Gongs are also widely used in the south, just like in the north, with one main difference: Gongs in the south are bossed, or what we mean by there is a protruding bulge at the center, and due to this, the sound of gongs from the south are fuller, more projected and focused compared to the sound of gongs from the north. Agong and Gandingan. These are gongs that are suspended, heavier in size, and usually used as punctuation in music. There are also those that are laid flat in a row, or what we call kulintang. These are found particularly in Sulu Archipelago and southwestern Mindanao. These kulintang gongs are usually smaller in size compared to the suspended gongs. The kulintang gongs are capable of producing identifiable pitches, unlike the gongs in the north, which have indefinite pitch. Beside gongs, other instruments found in the south are the following: the Lip Valley Flute or palandag, the kubing, the xylophone or gabang, violin or viola, and the percussion beams or kagul. Next is the native vocal genres. The kundiman and the kumintang are two salient vocal idioms of Philippine art music. The kundiman. It is a type of Filipino art song that is written in triple time and usually begins in a minor key, and it is referred to as the signature love song of the country. Its theme generally portrays the faithful and true, but often forlorn pleadings of a lover who knows nothing but sacrifice in behalf of his beloved. This is according to Padilla de Leon, 1969. Sheila will continue the discussion with regards to the three possible theories as to the origin of the word kundiman.
Hi everyone, I'm Sheila Baharo, and as what Fran said, I will continue the discussion about the three possible theories as to the origin of the word kundiman, Raimundo Banas, 1969. The first, a contraction of the phrase kung hindi man. Kundiman is a genre of traditional Filipino love songs. It is the traditional song of serenade in the Philippines. The kundiman has its origin among the Tagalog of Luzon, and it is truly an expression of their sentimental nature. The kundiman is a contraction of three Tagalog words, kung, hindi, man, something of an expression of humility on the part of suitor. The kundiman has come to be the love song of the Filipinos. According to historians, they believed that the kundiman originated from the Visayas. Dr. Francisco Santiago briefly explains in his scholarly work that the reason this Tagalog word is called kundiman because of the folk verses, kundiman, kundiman, kundiman si Hele, Hele ng kundiman, at Hele ng kundangan. The third one, the red cloth worn by men and male dancers in the countryside. According to them, after the red cloth worn by male dancers and men in the countryside, the folk song popular in Cavite in 1873, there appears the line, mula ng mauso or damit ng kundiman, since kundiman clothing came into fashion. Examples of notable kundiman are Pakiusap, Madaling Araw, and Anak ng Dalita, all composed by Francisco Santiago. Other prolific writers of kundiman were Nicanor Abelardo, Santiago Suarez, Antonio Molina, Lucrecia Casilag, Felipe de Leon, and Bonifacio Abdon. Okay, now let's proceed to the kumintang. In the 1800s, historians referred to it as the national song and dance of the Philippines. The kumintang was originally a war song that inflamed combatants to action. The province usually associated to its origin is Batangas, where it developed into a song dance form. It is also written in triple time. It is a love dance performed to a sad song, usually accompanied by a guitar or a double bass. Mutya ng Pasig is a remarkable example of kumintang. Performing groups. These are few musical performing groups in the country. These are few notable examples. The first one is the choral groups, and these are examples of it. The Philippine Madrigal Singers. The choir is one of the world's most awarded, having consistently won all the top prizes in most of the world's prestigious choral competitions. The second one is the University of the Philippines Concert Chorus. University of the Philippines Concert Chorus, or simply Chorus, is an official performing group of the University of the Philippines. It has perfected versatility in singing classical, folk, pop, and Broadway musical genres. The last one is the Lobok Children's Choir. It is a school-based choir composed of 30 school children of Lobok Central Elementary School in Bohol, Philippines. The second one is the bands. It is composed of woodwinds, brass, instruments, and drums. It has also have significant following, especially in these provinces: Rizal, Bulacan, Batangas, Bataan, Cavite, Laguna, La Union, and Pampanga. And these range from military marching bands, civilian bands, and town bands. The third one is the musikang bumbong. It is a type of ensemble that has instruments made of bamboo. These ensembles are very few and quite unique in the sound that they produce. The musikang bumbong bands, literally bamboo music in Filipino, employ and even craft their own bamboo versions of instruments such as tubas, clarinets, flutes, and saxophones. Another is orchestra. An orchestra is a large instrumental ensemble typical of classical music, which combines instruments from different families including string instruments such as the violin, viola, cello, and many more. The Philippines has few orchestras, and these are the following: Philippine Harmonic Orchestra, Manila Symphonic Orchestra, Metro Manila Community Orchestra, University of the Philippines Symphony Orchestra, ABS-CBN Orchestra, UST Symphonic Orchestra, Manila Philharmonic Orchestra, Orchestra of the Filipino Youth. Rondalia. Rondalia is originated from Spain. It is an ensemble that was later customized and transformed to fit Filipino culture. It is also called the Filipino String Band. These groups play a wide range of repertoire from folk, modern, and even foreign classical music. The usual instruments found in rondalia are bandurria, laud, octavina, guitar, and double bass. Avenues for musical exposure. The indigenous and art music of the Philippines are a valuable treasure to our cultural heritage. We should seek opportunities to watch, listen, and appreciate live performances and related events that showcase Filipino music, traditions, cultures, and talents. The NMCYA, or the National Music Competitive for Young Artists. It is established during 1973. These are annual competitors that showcase promising musicians in different performing categories such as in piano, strings, winds, choral singing, rondalia, and voice. These competitions start from the provincial or regional level and conclude with the national finals, which are usually held at the CCP Cultural Center of the Philippines from late November to early December each year. Concert at the Park. It is a regular series of music performances which has been ongoing for quite some times. These concerts are held at the Luneta open-air auditorium, and are also sometimes simultaneously via television. Its concerts are open to the public. Bamboo Organ Festival. At St. Joseph Parish Church in Las Piñas, it is a home to an annual classical music festival usually held during mid or late February. It is a grand antique organ made almost entirely of bamboo. It was constructed in 1842 and it is a popular tourist destination. The Bamboo Organ Festival is also open to the public. Music schools and conservatories. These higher places of learning usually have concert halls wherein the general public may afford to witness live musical performances, symposia, workshops, master classes, music festivals, and other music-related events. The following are some of the higher institutes for learning music in the Philippines. Philippine High School for the Arts located at Makiling, Laguna, University of the Philippines College of Music, Diliman, Quezon City, University of Santo Tomas Conservatory of Music located at Manila, Philippine Women's University is also at Manila, St. Scholastica College is also located at Manila, St. Paul's College is also at Manila. And that ends our report about the Philippines' 7,100 islands, one common voice. And for the application assessment, let us listen to another sample of Filipino art music, track number 36, Homoresque, based on Telebong by Agosto Espino. After you have listened, you will create a new artwork depicting the selection you listened to. Choose from the mediums we will send in our GC. Thank you for listening and I hope you have learned something about the topic.